So today we continue with part 6 of our microservices architecture using Spring Boot and other tools that we've been talking about. So where are we at this point? We are going to be working on this part 3. So this is writing the controller. So we've built up a whole lot of things, but now let's just write the controller file. We now review what we've done, and then we fire up everything and then do some tests. This class, the controller, should implement the product service. Remember, the product service is the API that exposes any method that will be available to the outside world. So the controller, which has endpoints, that is where you have requests coming from the browser coming to this endpoint, can only implement the endpoints or these methods available in the service. So we are going to allow the controller to implement the API, which is the service. Okay. So it's very important piece because this is where requests coming from the UI or the UI app will hit first. I already did it. Now the cross origin annotation tells this controller to allow the requests coming from external hosts in case of Angular UI applications, which is going to be coming from another URL or another port. Okay. All right, so let's write the controller. I'm going to come here and now I'm going to create a new package where I'm going to put this controller. Again, if you are joining me for the first time, please hit on the subscribe button below so that you don't miss any update. If you have any challenges whatsoever, please leave me a comment. I'm going to get back to you. So I'm going to call this controllers. That's what I'm going to call it, controllers. So I'm going to kind of refactor and say rename. So I'm going to call it controllers because in case this controller package might contain more than one controller. I'm going to create a new Java class. I'm going to call it product controller. Okay, so you have all these annotations, the main client, the components can. Now, one thing I can be sure is if this product service proxy, I'm not sure this enable main client annotation is actually necessary right here. That I'm not sure. But now let's just leave it here. Okay, so let's just import this class, import the cross origin, the main clients, product service proxy, product service components can import. Okay. So one thing you can do, you can actually take out the main client annotation because it seems this controller doesn't have anything to do with the main client. You can actually take out this main client annotation from here, which I'm going to do when I'm going to be doing the test. So, we actually need this controller class is going to implement the implement the product service and provide the implementation for the methods in the product service. I'm going to kind of move this a little back and then allow this controller to implement the product service. Products. So if you're having some confusion, please take a look at the architecture again. Okay. So there's something about, yeah, everything should be fine. So we need to implement the two methods at this point. So I'm going to come here. Yeah, there are two methods to implement here. Give me a second. Let me take a look at these components. Okay, perfect. All right. So now we need to specify the get mapping and for these endpoints that matches the URL that the user is going to access from the browser. So I'm going to, the first one is going to be to /product. So I'm going to say get mapping to /products. Okay. And the second one as well, we also need a get mapping. Sorry, get mapping, not get build. Get mapping to /product. This one you now specify the parameter, the URL path variable. So it's going to be product ID camel case, And so okay, perfect. So let's see. I think there's an error coming here. I'll get marking. Okay, so we need the arts here. Great. Sometimes this can be very funny. So we need to wire in. The product service proxy because that is what is used here. So I'm going to say private private product service proxy. Yeah, because at the first instance the product service proxy is used, not the alternate one. The product service proxy is used, if I'm not mistaken, and hopefully I'm not mistaken. Product service proxy, and I'm going to do the constructor injection. I allow Spring to help me do that. Okay, so sometimes it can help, but sometimes it doesn't. Okay, so it's come now. So I'm just going to say, okay, this is fine. So art auto wired, perfect. Now we use this product service proxy to make REST calls to the product web API. To the product web API, no, we make REST calls to the server, to the first server. So I'm going to say products. We'll get all products, and the second one is going to be product service proxy dot get product and specify the product ID here. So hopefully everything should be fine. All right, so everything is fine. Our controller is built up and it's okay. So we are going to now do a little test, but I would like to defer that to the next part. So let me round up this one and then we continue in the next part. Subscribe if you've not subscribed, and also leave a comment if you have any challenges following me whatsoever. I remain Clinton the Tech Pro, and we continue in the next part.